Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TWIZZ and welcome back to our video. Today we've got another exciting one. We're back with some more COD 2020 leaks. So we've actually managed to gain a lot of good information over the last couple days, mostly coming from a YouTuber called Exclusive Ace, one of his sources. We're going to be going over it today on the Charlie Intel website, which is going to run us down everything. So if you guys want to go and read through everything, there'll be a link in the description. But I'm going to be going over everything today. Now, some of this stuff might be repeated from my previous video. If you haven't seen that, click the card. I'm just going to go over all the stuff anyway for those of you that haven't watched it. So, I just want to say, before we get into this, the TWIZZ merch store, teespring.com/store/ClanTWIZZ, I believe. If you guys want to go over and buy some merch there, you can now use the code TWIZZLEO at checkout to get a 5% discount. So, make sure you're doing this. You can do this for all your favorite members, but obviously, I'd appreciate if you guys could use my code. So again, that is code TWIZZLEO at checkout for 5% off on the TWIZZ merch store. But without further ado, let's get back into this. So the first thing is the game modes that have been leaked to be in this. So the game modes are Zombies, Campaign, Multiplayer, and Warzone, which we'll get into in a little bit. So the first thing, obviously, COD 2020 is basically confirmed to be in the Cold War era, which we basically already knew, but now we've got it full set in stone. It's in the Cold War. The next thing is one that might shock a lot of you, and the game is actually in a good playable state. The campaign is basically done and playable. There's just a few animation things that they need to work on. The multiplayer maps are almost done, and there's a good amount of them, which again I'll get into in a little minute. And it's further along than we look. If you saw the leaked footage we got a few weeks ago, the game didn't really look great. There was one map, and there was nothing textured. And it didn't look like in a great state, but apparently it's a lot further along than a lot of us thought, so that's pretty good. And yeah, campaign completely playable, so that's great news to hear. So looks like we could be getting a reveal a bit earlier than we thought. So with this game, there will be a new Warzone map, and I don't exactly know how this is going to work. We've never really had this, but I'm assuming you'll be able to access Warzone in a similar way that you can with Modern Warfare. You can download it either with the game, or you can obviously have the Warzone app, and then you can just select the map. And then, obviously, the two games would have different game mechanics and stuff, so I'm just assuming that depending on what map will depend on what game mechanics you're going to be using. But I'm not too sure what they're going to do with that. And according to the source, this person has actually seen an overview of the Warzone map, and there's a few descriptions that we'll get into in a little bit. So the original standard minimap is back, so there's not really much to say. The one that's used up until the current game, standard, someone shoots without a suppressor, they come up on the minimap, just the standard version. And obviously the compass will be returning, like I said in the last video, the one that's just used in Modern Warfare. Pretty standard. I don't know, I like it. The compass is pretty cool, and I'm glad to see it return. The swimming mechanic that's been used in a lot of the later Black Ops games, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, both of which incorporated swimming, that will be returning, and some multiplayer maps will be incorporating water, as well as the new Warzone map will have a massive, I think, big lake or river running down the middle of it, so that should be pretty sick. So obviously you're going to be able to use the swimming mechanic. Unlimited sprint is back, so that's good news. You can basically sprint infinitely. That's really good. But I believe tactical sprint will not be returning. There will be no interactive doors, which personally I am very thankful for, because they are the bane of my life, especially when I'm playing competitive and stuff. You open a door and you can hear it from the other side of the map. It's ridiculous. However, the feature will be returning in Warzone, which I think is a good balance. I think it's perfectly okay for Warzone, but for multiplayer, I don't personally like it. So far, we know that there's 10 multiplayer maps that have been developed, which is, honestly, that's a pretty good number. You can definitely work with 10. We've had less, we've had more, but I think 10 is good. I don't know if this is including the 4 maps that we think are going to be returning, like a remastered. So I think it was Nuketown, Jungle. I'll put them up on screen, the ones that we think will be getting remastered. But I don't know if this is going to be including them. It will be Treyarch style, so standard 3-lane maps, which personally I like the Treyarch maps a bit better than the Infinity Ward ones. I just find the Treyarch ones a bit easier and a bit better. So we've got a couple of descriptions of maps here. One tank, one map. One map is very small, and it has a boat on the Black Sea, but this has been said it's not similar to Hijacked, as many people think. It's got a completely different layout, so that should be a fun map. One map is called Mall, and is apparently quite a complicated map. and Tank, which is the other one we know, which was from the leaked gameplay, and it features tanks across the map and one main tank in the middle. No specialists, so nothing we've seen in Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4. However, field upgrades are likely to return from what we have in Modern Warfare. So you will get one piece of equipment, so that's grenades and tacticals. You will only get one equipment, so I'm assuming you'll either have to pick, like, for example, you'll have to pick a lethal or a tactical, not one of each, so that'll be interesting. Score streaks will be returning, so not kill streaks, score streaks, and personally, I don't mind this. I think it's quite cool. You can get, you know, if you're playing kill confirmed, you can get a bit of extra from picking up tags, domination for captures, stuff like that. So personally, I don't really mind this. I don't mind at all. So yeah, that's pretty sick. Here is a pretty big one. In this game so far, there is no dead silence whatsoever. There's no field upgrades for it. There's no perks. And as of yet, we're not familiar with how the footstep audio is, whether it's going to be incredibly loud like Modern Warfare, or if it's going to be pretty average. So I'm hoping that either they add dead silence or they just make it so they're not as easy to hear as they are in Modern Warfare, because in Modern Warfare it's just ridiculous. 150 health, so this is similar to obviously Black Ops 4. Whether it's going to be the same time to kill as Black Ops 4, I'm not sure, because obviously some weapons might do a bit more damage. But personally, I think it's going to be a longer time to kill, which I don't mind. I quite like a longer time to kill. It's definitely better than a very quick one anyway. But there is auto heal, so there's no manual healing as of yet. It's just auto heal. So personally, I like that. I do like manual heal, don't get me wrong, but personally, I like the manual heal. I like the auto heal, sorry. So the creator class is said to be different from something we've seen before. It's like a hybrid between your pick 10 standard Treyarch and your classic, but there will be no gunsmith. Player count will be 6v6 standard. There will be no gunfight modes. There won't be 2v2s, 3v3s and stuff. It'll just be straight 6v6 and possibly bigger. We're not sure as of yet. There's apparently a mode where within multiplayer you can play on certain parts of the Warzone map. So for example, like there's a small section of the Warzone map and this is where a multiplayer thing takes place. I'm not really sure how they're going to do that, but it's fair enough. Personally, I think this could be quite cool. It adds maybe extra maps, or if it's going to be a separate game mode, I'm not too sure, but I think this could be pretty cool, I guess. The final bit we know is that the new Warzone map will take place in Russia, which is pretty cool. So I guess they could add some nice backstory to that. You know, you've sent in your soldiers, they're having to retreat or whatever, and they have to fight to the death. I don't know, but it's gonna be sick. So the title is still yet to be revealed, but it's still assumed to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and it is assumed to be a somewhat reboot of the Black Ops series. However, there has been leaks of a potential reveal date. All we've heard so far is 2020 early Q4. If you guys don't know what that is, that's like October, November kind of time. So if that's real, that's great, because that's when we're used to COD games coming out, around October, November. So if that's possible, that would be absolutely sick, because I know a lot of people thought the game was far behind and delayed, and although it may still be a little bit delayed, hopefully, I really hope it won't be pushing to 2021. That would be terrible. Personally, I think it will be 2020. I wouldn't be worrying about that personally. But yeah, I'm really excited for this COD. I think it's going to be sick. The Cold War era is really good. Black Ops 1 was a great game. And yeah, the Black Ops universe is just sick. So on that note, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe also if you are new around here. But yeah, that's all from me. Make sure to use code TWIZZ at checkout. And yeah, that's all from me, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Use code TWIZZ. Use code TWIZZ. Use code TWIZZ. Use code TWIZZ.
Tell me where the party at. I can see through Cardi, yeah. And I'm drinking Bacardi, yeah. When they talk, it ain't funny, yeah. I gotta